Hey all, welcome back to the journey. So as you can see, it's a little on the rainy side. So instead of me standing out here getting wet, let's head inside and Gladys is gonna get some grub cooked up for dinner because we didn't get anything done at the property. So let's head inside and go see what's cooking.
All right, the weather outside is very yucky, rainy, and gloomy. Got the washer going in the back, got my hot water boiling, and I got my skillet here with some olive oil. 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there. We'll get back to telling you why. You see this lovely thing here? We got some pork chops, or boneless pork chops, and I'm going to be making some pork chops with garlicky cream sauce. Yummy. All right, so we're going to get to cooking. Right now, I have 1.2 pounds of boneless pork chops here, cubed up. And my husband has some messages going on in the background over there. Wish I knew who it was. But, oh well. Getting back to this, before we were rudely interrupted. So we have 1.2 pounds of boneless pork chops here, cubed up so that the kids don't, have to use any knives. You can hear my washer in the background there. I'm going to be making the pork chops with garlicky cream sauce, as I said. So we have that. We have half a cup of Parmesan cheese, as well as salt and pepper, which we're going to use as needed, and oregano leaves. The oregano leaves, I'm going to be using about a teaspoon of that. I have here my olive oil, and I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of that. 1 tablespoon which I already added into our pot. Our pot is nice and hot there. I have a big bag of spinach, 12 ounces, chopped spinach here, frozen. Makes it easier on me, We all like to buy stuff in bulk sometimes, especially when you live far away. We don't have that luxury of having to go back and forth for fresh vegetables and keeping them in the refrigerator until they go spoiled rotten because we haven't gotten to the meal we were going to cook that day. Same thing with my mushrooms. I bought some mushrooms a couple of days ago when we went to Walmart. I chopped them up and I threw them into a frozen 1-quart bag here. So we're going to be using that and about 8 ounces of this whipping cream here, heavy whipping cream, which we're going to need. And we are going to finally, splash, or should we say, as needed, some crushed red peppers. Just sprinkle them on the top of our pork chops there. Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't forget the garlic. It's not going to be a garlicky pork chop if you don't have garlic. And I've chopped up 2 cloves of that. All right, so my pan here is hot. As you can see, it's ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and let it warm up again since I did move it away from the heat. While that's happening, I am going to go ahead and coat the pork chops with salt and pepper. Here we go. I'm going to put a lot of pepper in there. I love me some pepper. And a little bit of salt since we're going to be using a lot of other seasoning. Okay, mix that up. Nicely coated all the way around. Alrighty then. Coat that. Yep. Ooh, you hear that? Ooh, it's shaking everything. Yep. Yep. You know what they say. Go ahead and pour the seasoning until your ancestors say, "Ya, mija," or "That's enough." All right, so that's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and toss it in here. Let it cook, let it brown up. And that's what we want to do. Let it brown up nicely. Spread it out. All right. let's move our ingredients a little closer. So we already did salt, pepper. And this is here. Let's not forget everything else we have going on. Move it closer. Don't worry about the background. It's a mess back there. So, right now my temperature is going to be at medium. Let it brown up, let it cook nicely. Get all the pink out, get all the pink out, get out and cook all the pink out. Hey. It's getting brown. Alright, as you can see, it's already nicely browned and we are ready to scoop this out. Alright, so I'm going to scoop it out, make sure there's not a lot of oil there. I know, I'm using this one. I know. It's easier for me. Scoop it all out without having to use the wooden spoon. Alrighty, here we go. Ta-da! So there we are. We're just gonna leave it there for right now, and we're gonna add the rest of the olive oil, which is gonna be 1 tablespoon. So here we go. 1 tablespoon here, right in there. All right, and then we are going to add the mushrooms. Okay, we want the mushrooms to cook. The mushrooms, I had it in the quart bag, 1 quart, so it was almost full. But if you love mushrooms, you can go ahead and add more if you want. So I'm going to let these cook in here for about 2 minutes. Let them get nice and soft. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to take forever for that to happen. We'll let it do its thing. Oh yeah. Oh, it's getting uglier outside. Anson was going to post that we weren't going to be able to put a video tomorrow, Friday. But I told him, hold on a minute. I was like, I'm making some dinner today, something that we haven't put on YouTube there. So I was like, let's do that instead. So he was all for it, and hopefully this internet, you know, is willing to cooperate with us in loading the video as quickly as possible so that y'all are able to see it tomorrow, Friday. Hoping for the best. Alright, so my mushrooms are nice and soft in here. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the garlic. Remember guys, it's 2 cloves of garlic. I almost had a brain fart. And as you can hear, my washer is demanding my assistance, which it's gonna have to wait. So there we go. The mushrooms are the garlic is in there. Ooh, smells good. I wish y'all could smell this. And my bread flour over there is getting catered back and forth. I keep putting it where he can see it so that he can be like, hey babe, you need to make more bread. Yeah, he said he was going to make it today. He didn't. So he's just slacking.
You weren't home.
I know. So we're going to let this garlic go ahead and cook for about a minute or 2 here. Let it cook. This is quite easy. You're cooking that until it's brown, the pork. You're cooking the mushrooms until they're nice and soft, so about 2 minutes. And the garlic about a minute or so. So as that's doing, once that is over, the whole cooking, we're going to go ahead and throw in there the heavy whipping cream. I'm going to throw in some oregano. We can do that right now. Throw in the oregano. And remember, that's 1 teaspoon of it. Hey, 1 teaspoon. Don't get carried away for all y'all oregano lovers. There we go. All right. So there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. You can smell it. It smells so good. Hey. And hey babe, no onion involved in this. Normally I love cooking with onions.
I know it.
Love it. But no onion involved in this. So that's a plus. Oh, look what he's doing over there. Ooh, we got some bread going on. Finally. So as you can see, it's steaming nicely. The garlics are nice and soft. Here it is. I don't know if I can pull one up for you. Nice and soft. Alright, now we're going to throw in half of this, which I did use half of it before, so I left half in here. Half whipping cream, so that's half a cup right there. Or I mean, a full cup, sorry. Half cup is what I'm using. So that was the remainder of it. And well, freeze. What I'm trying to say is half of this box, which is 16 ounces, which is 8 ounces, a cup of whipping cream, not half a cup. A cup of whipping cream is what I'm putting in there because we want it to be nice and saucy, okay? All right. I have to say that because I almost got myself mixed up right there. So I finished that. That was 8 ounces. I'm gonna go ahead and pour in the Parmesan in there too. This was the one that's half a cup. This one's the one that's half. So we're gonna let this heat up a bit, right? Let this get nice and hot and warm. Melt that Parmesan a bit. And we're gonna add our lovely red crushed peppers, or crushed red peppers. I'm not putting that much in there, but if y'all can stand it and y'all don't have a kiddo that does not like hot, spicy stuff, or y'all don't, y'all are more than welcome to leave that out. And if you want, you can add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper to taste to see if it still needs it or not. I think it's perfect right now. We try not to add salt or pepper after any meal, so I cook with whatever there is, and that's that. We don't add a lot afterwards. Ooh, look at that. It's boiling nicely. That's what we want. All right, since we see that it's boiling, go ahead and toss in that chopped spinach in there, the whole bag. Yes. You can also get fresh spinach if you want. That's perfectly fine. This here is 12 ounces. So it's easier for me, like I said, because we make less trips to the store. And I'm gonna go ahead and coat it all around here. All right. So once this spinach is nice and soft and everything's heated up in here, I'm gonna go ahead and reintroduce the pork back into the sauce. It really doesn't take that long for the spinach to heat up because of the skillet. But now you see the awesomeness going on here. So we're gonna go ahead and toss in our pork and let it get nice and warm and coated in there. Let it get acquainted with the spinach. Yummy. Look at that. The Parmesan is nice and melted. There we go. And for the sides, guys. So I normally love to do this with mashed potatoes. So I'll make the mashed potatoes, whether you do buy a bag of mashed potato, buy a box of mashed potatoes, or whether you buy potatoes and mash them yourself. Either way, when you have the mashed potatoes, you just pour this right on top of it. So it's like having gravy all over it too. So, yummy. So that's what we're doing right now. We already have our mashed potatoes ready to go. And y'all will be able to see the end result, which is in our thumbnail. Yay! Alright, like I said, I have some mashed potatoes here. Ooh, that would go so well with this pork. This garlicky pork. So here we go. So, mashed potatoes. And turn this off. And I can get rid of this wooden spoon. And go ahead and get one to scoop it out. Here we go. Everything right on the top. Look at that. Ta-da! Yummy. And that's all. Kids are gonna love that. Yummy.
And then you can see the aftermath. So, yep, it went good. Alright, so we're all done with dinner. Hopefully you guys enjoyed cooking with Gladys. And just know that it was super good. And if you kind of like this content, share us out to your friends. Give us that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Kind of helps the channel grow a little bit. And hopefully by today/tomorrow, we will be back out at the property. Even though it's going to be a muddy mess, we'll be able to get some work done. And remember,
to always thank a veteran.
And remember to check out those links that we have down in the description. It's greatly appreciated. And always thank a veteran at every chance you get. Not all.
Veterans Day.
What she said. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye now.